Good morning, Onesie. How's my favorite fishy friend doing today?
We've been over this. If you didn't want me to call you Onesie, you should have told me what your name was before I went through the trouble of giving you a nickname. And you should start calling me Deenie like I asked. It was bad enough when you called me human, but Ondine just makes me feel like I'm in trouble or something. Hey, it's your call. I can't make you call me Deenie, and you can't make me stop calling you Onesie. I've held out for a month. I can hold out for at least 3 more. Besides, I think it's cute. I see you finished off your food. I knew it was a good idea to try salmon. You must have really liked it if you got the bones that clean. You were that hungry, huh? I'll see if I can get you a little extra next time then. But really, without you having to do your own hunting, you shouldn't need much more than... Wait a sec. Can you come closer to the glass, please? Let me see your tail. I thought so. You have some bald patches, Onesie. Are you feeling okay? I've been making sure that the water in your tank is as clean and close to your natural habitat as possible, so it shouldn't be an issue with the water quality. Did you get hurt somehow? Are you picking them off then? If you're bored, I can get you some enrichment materials. I don't know what you like to do for fun, but we can try a few things out. Maybe I can get you a dummy to drown. You haven't been picking them off? It might be some sort of infection then. That's not good. We don't know enough about your biology yet to treat you if you get sick. All right, get up here. I'm just gonna take a few of your scales for a sample. I'll be gentle, don't worry. It'll be just like last time, just a little pinch. Yes, it's necessary. Like I said, we won't be able to help you if you get sick. If there's something wrong, we need to nip it in the bud as quickly as possible. So would you pretty please let me take a sample? Thanks, Onesie. You're the best. That should be enough for now. I'll bring you a treat later for being such a good sport about this. You never did say how you felt about the drowning dummy. Don't worry, I'll get to the bottom of this. By the time I'm done, your tail will be as pretty as it was the day you came in. All right, let's just take a little look under the microscope and... What? That can't be right. Your scales. It's only been a week since I took my last sample. But these look at least 10 years old. No infection could do this. I don't know what could do this. This level of deterioration shouldn't be possible in a week. What do you mean, it's starting? Hold on. You're telling me that your species drowns humans because you live off some kind of mystic soul essence transfer? And if you don't do it, you start aging until you... I know you told me you'd die if you couldn't drown anyone, but I didn't think you were serious. I thought you were just being dramatic. When I say I'm going to kill the next person who steals my lunch out of the break room, I don't literally mean I'm going to show up with a machete and turn them into shark bait. How does that even work? Do your cells just start decaying if you don't receive the proper mental stimulation? I've heard of stress killing fish before, but that's always due to exhaustion, not some accelerated pseudo-aging response. I know you said you're feeding off their soul. I just don't know how that makes sense. We've never been able to quantifiably measure a soul. So the idea of not only being able to perceive it, but somehow harness it is... is not important right now. I can worry about how this works later. Right now, we need to find a way to stop it before you know. You know I can't let you go. You're the find of the century. Forget losing my job. The higher-ups would have me in prison. There has to be another way. What if I brought you another living prey? Not humans, but maybe other mammals? Would that work? If you've never tried it before, then it's worth a shot. I can smuggle in a few lab rats tomorrow. It should be fine if I skip the approval paperwork. It's not like you're gonna be eating them. Don't worry, Wenzie. You're gonna be fine.
Hey, Onesie. Don't mind me. I just have to put this down somewhere. Jeez, I need to start doing some pull-ups or something. I nearly blacked out carrying this thing up the stairs. Since you hadn't had any luck running rats, I thought we'd try something a little bit bigger today. Have you ever seen a pig before, Onesie? They get a lot bigger than this, but I wouldn't have been able to carry it in if it was any bigger. So this'll have to do. Plus, I don't think the higher-ups would have let me bring anything bigger. You should have seen the hoops I had to jump through for this one pig. Honestly, I feel a little bad about this one. Lab rats don't last a year most of the time. But I really liked Charlotte's Web when I was little. Still, it's all part of... Hey, did you always have those white streaks in your hair? Here, do your thing, Onesie. Well, how was that? Do you feel any younger? Damn it! Why isn't this working? What's the point in being the leader of this project if I can't keep you alive? At this rate, you only have a month at most until you... You know what? No, I'm not going to think about that, because I'm not gonna let you die. I don't care what it takes. Hey, wake up.
Sorry to bother you so late, Onesie. I have something special for you, and I couldn't exactly bring it during the day. I have good news, though. I've solved our little problem. You remember Dr. Roberts, don't you? Hope you don't mind that he's taking a nap right now. I was having trouble convincing him to come with me, but it was nothing a little tranquilizer couldn't fix. Don't worry, He should be waking up soon. Today was his first day back. Apparently, he's been pushing for your disposal during his entire leave. Something about you being unnatural and too dangerous to keep around. Part of the reason he's been gone for so long is because he didn't want to come back while you were here. Honestly, it's pretty embarrassing that he's been letting his emotions get in the way of his work. I'm sure it won't be too big of a surprise to the higher-ups when he quits without a 2-week notice and disappears. He was a mess today, totally unprofessional. I know he's going to disappear because I'm going to let you finish what you started. You know exactly what I mean. I have everything ready. I made sure the cameras are off. The security guards stay away from here because they're worried about you drowning them. Nobody's going to hear you, so once he wakes up, go ahead. Drown him. I'd let you do it while he's unconscious, but I assumed you preferred drowning conscious prey. Also, I don't think I could get him up the stairs like this. He's gonna have to walk on his own. Don't worry, I have his arms tied up pretty tight. He's not going to be able to cover his ears once you start singing. You said it yourself. If you don't feed on a human soul, you're going to die. And I'm not going to let that happen. Because you're my project. If you die, then I lose the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Everything I've done before now, every lesson I've learned, it was all leading up to this. You're not just the discovery of the century, you're the discovery of the millennia. Sacrificing one idiot is a small price to pay to keep you alive. I know one won't be enough, so if you need more, I'll bring you more. This place is full of scientists just like him, and if I can't use them, I'll find others. I'll bring you as many souls as you need. Hold on just a minute, Onesie. Somebody's waking up. Rise and shine, Nikki. I hope you slept well. You remember Subject 01, right? Hey, take it easy. Why are you so nervous? They're in a tank. They can't hurt you. They can only hurt you if you climb in there. And you're not gonna do that, are you? You don't believe in all that fairy tale crap. You've got this all wrong, Nikki. This isn't revenge. This is me doing my job and keeping my specimen alive. You always said I needed to be more serious. I'm just following your advice. Don't worry. I've heard drowning's not a bad way to go once the water gets in your lungs. Just don't panic, and it'll be over before you know it. I don't know how much you like to play with your food, Onesie, but I'm gonna need to dump him once you're done, so try not to take too long. Once I cut his legs free, he's gonna make a run for it. So you're gonna have to act fast. Are you ready? Finally calling me Deenie, huh? If I'd known this is what it would take, I would have done this sooner. There's no need to thank me. I'm just doing my job. But if you really want to show me how grateful you are, how about you sing me something pretty? I've missed hearing you sing. Music to my ears.
Oh, you're awake.
I wasn't sure if you would be. Were you having trouble sleeping? Yeah, me too. No, that's not the only reason I came here. I've been planning to sneak in to see you for a while. I wasn't going to do it for a few days, but since I couldn't sleep, I figured I might as well. Besides, I missed you. If I'd known that all this extra work would cut into our time together, I wouldn't have taken this promotion. I'm starting to get why Dr. Roberts was such a stick in the mud. Would I have woken you up if you were asleep? Now, Onesie, do I look like the type of scientist who would wake up their favorite test subject if they didn't need to? If you were asleep, I thought I'd stay here and color to pass the time. I took Dr. Roberts' advice a while ago and got one of the coloring books from the gift shop. They're actually pretty nice. Do you want to see some of the pictures? I guess these must be pretty silly to you, though. You saw a lot of these up close when you were in the ocean, huh? And even I know most fish don't have eyes this big. Hey, this one kind of looks like you. I don't think it's supposed to be a siren, though. I think it's a mermaid. Is there actually a difference? Are there mermaids living in the ocean too? Or is that just another name for your species? That's fair. Humans probably call you a lot of different things. I can't expect you to know all of them. You know what? I think I'm gonna color after all. You don't mind if I do it while we talk, right? And that's why you're my favorite test subject. You know, when I was a little girl and my parents asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I said I wanted to be a mermaid. They humored me for a while, but once my cousin Claire found out, she set me straight. She dragged me to the pond and told me that if I was going to be a mermaid, I needed to be able to breathe underwater. Don't worry, Claire's dad found me before anything bad happened. She told him she did it so other kids wouldn't make fun of me, but I think she just wanted to hurt my feelings. That or watch me drown. Knowing her, it could have been both. The funny part is that there are people who pretend to be mermaids for a living now. They put on fake tails and do shows at parties. It's not what I had in mind, but who knows? Maybe in another life, I would have been the one swimming in a tank. What about you? Did you have any dreams what you'd do when you grew up, back when you were little? Like what? I don't know. What does your species like to do, besides drowning people? Yeah, I guess singing would make sense. It's probably hard to find a practice audience, though. You know, I don't think I ever asked if your singing can influence members of your species. Can it? Hey, just because you're the same species doesn't mean you have inherent immunity. Plenty of snakes are weak to their own venom. Besides, it's not as though you'd have an evolutionary benefit by being immune. Not in the way humans would, at least. You can't drown like we can. But you never answered my question. Did your song work on other sirens? You don't know? You never got curious? Oh, I guess it makes sense you haven't had a chance to test it. You're not exactly a thriving species. So does that mean you don't have any cities or anything? No oral history or traditions? Do you even spend time with your parents before setting out on your own? Fascinating. You know, I'm realizing there's still a lot I don't know about you, Onesie. I know your biology, and I know you need to drown people to survive, but I don't know that much about you as a person. Well, a fish person. What do I want to know? I don't know. What's your favorite color? Really? That's mine too! In that case, I know which pencil I'm using for the mermaid's tail. Let's see. How about your favorite food? Outside of human souls, I mean. Wait, really? When did you even get a chance to try that? They threw it at you? Geez, rude. I hope you drowned them after. Good. They deserved it. At least you got some new food out of it. It probably would have tasted better if you ate it before it got soaked in seawater, though. My favorite food? I'm gonna go with lemon cake, but only my dad's. He used to make some whenever my uncle and his family came to visit. He'd bake a few candied lemon slices into the top and cover it in vanilla glaze once it was cool. He actually gave me the recipe a few years ago. I make it sometimes, but it never tastes as good as his. It still tastes good, though. I could sneak some in for you to try sometime. I've heard lemon goes well with fish. Oh, don't look so grumpy. I know you like my jokes. Now you want to ask me a question? Sure, go ahead. I'm an open book when it comes to you, Onesie. What made me want to get into marine biology? Well, just because I couldn't be a mermaid when I grew up didn't mean I wanted to give up on the ocean. I thought that if I couldn't live in it, I'd study the things that did. And once I started, I realized that I really liked it. There's so much about the ocean we don't know. I mean, just look at you. Getting this far wasn't easy, though. Nobody thought little Deenie Phillips had what it take to be a scientist. Besides my dad. I'm not sure if it's because I'm tiny, because I'm blonde, or because of these. I'm glad I stuck with it, though. If I gave up, I never would have met you. Maybe Dr. Roberts would have been the one overseeing your project instead. Good thing he's out of the way now. Maybe I'm weird for saying that. I know most people wouldn't want to get this close to a man killer, but plenty of things kill people, on accident and on purpose. Plenty of those things live in the ocean. I don't see why you're any different. Besides, out of all the man killers in the ocean, you're definitely the most beautiful. All right, all finished. What do you think? You don't have to lie to me. No amount of coloring could make this look good, especially when I compare it to the real deal. Honestly, I don't know why I bothered. I should probably get out of here soon. The loop I set up on the security camera is gonna get obvious after a while. Thanks for talking with me, Onesie. We should do this again sometime. It was nice.
You know, it might be insensitive for me to say this, considering you don't want to be here. But for what it's worth, I'm really glad I got to meet you. Good night, Onesie. I'll see you tomorrow.